guys, what is up? My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Today we are here to play November's round of Candyland. If you don't know what Candyland is a board game. It's usually for younger children, and this is what it looks like. It has inspired my TBR game, and as always I will leave a playlist in the description which has all my Candyland rounds, so that if you're unfamiliar you can start from the beginning to see the rules and how we play. I have adjusted a little bit as I went on, but I'm not going to talk too much more than this. I do want to say that this month we are keeping it to 4 rounds. There are multitudes of reasons for that. One, still in school, and so school is taking up most of my time. But also, and the bigger reason, is that it is Believe-a-thon in November, and I have a entire TBR designated for that readathon. Believe-a-thon is a middle grade readathon hosted by Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin, and I played his game, which is Play Your TBR Right. So if you want to see that TBR game and what I'm going to be reading aside from this in the month of November, I'll leave that in the cards and description as well. So without further ado, let's hop on in. So our first spin landed on Orange, and Orange is a TBR vet, so a book that I've had on my TBR either physically or on Goodreads for at least 1 year. This one necessitates an extra prompt, and so we are going to pick. I hope we don't get one that I've had before, because that's not fun. With blue, white, blue, or silver on the cover. Interesting. Let me figure it out as always. So I'm definitely multitasking on this one. I'm going to go with Frostheart by Jamie Littler. This is also on my Believe-a-thon TBR, and this obviously has some blue and some white on the cover. This is a middle grade novel that I was really interested in as soon as I heard Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin talk about, and that has been a year. I mean, the second book is already out. This follows a young boy named Ash, and I believe his parents have disappeared. He has a guardian yeti, and he also has this power that involves singing, and I think it's a very taboo thing to have in the world where Ash lives, and so he decides to go aboard the Frostheart with a bunch of other adventurers and go on a quest to find his missing parents. That's what I've heard from this book. I know there are beautiful illustrations in here as well, and that obviously this is Gavin's favorite middle grade series. I have this on my Believe-a-thon TBR, so 2 birds, 1 stone with this one. Next spin brought us to the pink with a peppermint, and so for this prompt, pink means a romance, and I also have to follow the peppermint and add an extra spin, and in this case peppermint was also pink, and so for that I do have to read 2 romance novels. Just like with the TBR vets, a romance has its extra little pouch of prompts to further guide me into choosing my books. The first one we'll pick is a new or anticipated release, which is great. And then let's pick both of them right away. The other one is read a romance that has paranormal elements. Okay, I like this. Let me figure my things out and be right back. Both of these prompts were super easy for me to fulfill, and for the prompt of reading a romance that is new or a new release that I'm anticipating, I decided to go with Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. This was gifted to me by Amélie Boucher, who is a fantastic booktuber. I'll leave her in the description, so thank you again, Amélie, for this book. This is a romance novel, obviously, because it fills the prompt, and it follows 2 different characters, Marcus and April. Marcus is an actor in this super well-known television show, or is it a movie? I don't know, but it's a big franchise size, and everybody's been talking about it. And we also follow April, who is a plus size main character who has always been interested in fan fiction and cosplaying, but has always kind of kept to herself. And I believe at one point she decides to put one of her cosplays up on Twitter and it goes viral. I believe Marcus actually goes out with April on a date, but I think it's more of a publicity stunt on his end at first, but they end up falling in love. This is going to tackle being plus sized and the fan fiction cosplaying world, as well as the acting world, how media portrays people who are different and plus size, as well as their relationship. I think a lot of people have said this is very steamy, so this is my pick for that. Cannot wait to read it. And the book featuring paranormal, I had one option that I knew I needed to read, and that is This Time Tomorrow by Tessa Bailey. You guys, this is the companion novel to Reborn Yesterday, which I've gushed about time and time again on my channel. This is an adult paranormal romance with vampires. The first book followed Ginny and her romance with the greatest and most swoony vampire, and this one actually follows side characters from that. So we follow another one of the vampires, as well as Roxana, who is a vampire slayer, and it's kind of like their dynamic and romance. Cannot wait to read this. This is a 5-star prediction and the only book in my heart that could fulfill this prompt. We fell on a green, and green is middle grade, and that is what we wanted here because that means I get a chance to add another one of my Believe-a-thon books to this month's TBR. Permitting one of these prompts actually lets me select shuffle. I mean, there's like 13 books on my Believe-a-thon TBR, so if I can't fulfill any of these, it's going to be a sad day in my life. We are going with a mystery / detective book. Yes, my entire TBR can fit, really. For this one, I'm going to go with my Believe-a-thon pick for a mystery book that helps me retrieve the key. If you don't know what I'm talking about, again, go watch my video, or Gavin's announcement video for that matter. I'm going to go with The Strangers. This is the first book in the Greystone Secret series, and I am currently reading this because it is November 1st as I'm reading this. This, I'm sorry, is going up a little more on the late side than usual, but this follows 3 main characters. Obviously it is a middle grade, so they're all younger and they're all siblings. We follow Emma and we have Chess and Finn, and it's alternating chapters between all of them, but the main premise of the story is that when the trio of our main characters come home from school one day, they realize that their mother is kind of acting strange, and they see this thing on the news where 3 children have gone missing with exact same birth dates, names, and middle names as them, and their mother is like frozen up. She's in complete shock, and it's kind of them trying to figure out what's happening. When they want to confront their mother, she leaves on a work trip and she's like super frazzled. Everything is kind of thrown together, and our main characters are left on their own to kind of uncover this mystery. That's where I'm at in the book. It sounds amazing. This is the first in a series, as I've said, so hopefully I like it, but this definitely does fulfill the prompt. Our last spin brought us to yellow. Yellow is most anticipated, and I could have definitely been smart and put like Wondersmith on there, because although it has released and it is on my Believe-a-thon TBR, I have ordered the Owl Crate Special Hollow box, and so it's not in my hands yet. But I'm going to go with another limited edition box that has finally cleared customs on its way to me, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Carrie Maniscalco is my favorite author of all times, and this is the first book in a new series of hers, and this is fantasy, unlike Shocking Jack the Ripper with more like historical fiction. I have ordered the Biddy box from Beacon Book Box, and I should be getting it soon. This book released October 27th. It's definitely like my most anticipated book of the year. It follows 2 twin sisters, and I believe one of them is either killed or goes missing, and then there are all these like I don't know if they're like demon princes or something of the sorts that our main characters have heard about and should never trust, and all the tales that we're told. And I guess our main character that is remaining summons one of them and they work together and she can't like trust him, but I think there's attraction. All good things and all good feels and super autumnal, and I cannot wait to read that book. And I think it would be a mistake not putting it on here because I'm going to want to read it anyways, whether or not it is on my Candyland TBR. So those are all the books I want to read. Let me show you the books I actually have with me. So these are all the books plus Kingdom of the Wicked that are on my Candyland TBR for the month of November, keeping in mind that I have like 13 or like 11 more to read that aren't on this TBR. So I think it's quite reasonable, and all books that I am really excited to get to. So we have, spoiler alert, This Time Tomorrow, The Strangers, and Frostheart. These are my picks. Really excited, and again, once you're done watching this, go watch my Believe-a-thon TBR because I worked really hard on it. So that's it for this video. Let me know down below if you guys are participating in any readathons this month. Also, leave me a camera emoji, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Happy reading, guys. Bye!